Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Sami here. Today we are gonna see, what if Naruto becomes the Three-Tails Jinchuriki, part 2, hope you'll enjoy this video. So before we start please subscribe to our channel, and like this video. So let's get into the video. It had been a month since the Genin teams were formed. Naruto and Yugao had only gone on C ranks, given that A, Yugao, and Anko were both adamant that Naruto was strong enough to take them, and B, no villager would want Naruto doing their chores. Naruto sat on top of the Hokage monument. Naruto had finished his training for the day about half an hour ago, and was now watching the village from atop the Hokage monument while waiting for Tenten. He had asked her to meet him on top of the monument. He had something he had to tell her. Naruto closed his eyes, and took a deep breath. "Naruto-kun?" questioned Tenten. As she approached him she had no idea what he wanted to tell her, but this was the perfect opportunity for her. She needed to tell him something, as well, and she promised herself that today was the day she told him. "Ten-chan, thanks for coming up here," said Naruto. "It's no problem Naruto-kun, whatever this is it must be important," said Tenten with a smile. What a beautiful smile, thought Naruto. "Yeah, it's important, well to me it is," said Naruto, chuckling nervously, having no idea how to say this. "So what is it you needed to tell me Naruto-kun?" asked Tenten. Naruto looked at the ground, and bit his lower lip. "Ten-chan," said Naruto. "Yes, Naruto-kun?" questioned Tenten. "Would you be my girlfriend?" asked Naruto. Tenten froze. "He wants me to be his girlfriend." "Yes, Kami, yes," yelled a chibi Tenten, running around in her head. Tenten looked up with a smile to see Naruto's eyes full of hope. Tenten then did something Naruto didn't expect. Naruto was pounced upon by Tenten, and the second she got a hold of him, she crashed her lips into his. At first he was shocked, but in the blink of an eye, he returned the kiss with just as much passion. Once the duo separated, Naruto turned to Tenten with a sad half-smile on his face. "Ten-chan, I need to tell you a couple of things," said Naruto. "What is it Naruto-kun?" asked Tenten. "You know I'm the last of the Uzumaki clan in the village, right?" questioned Naruto, getting a nod from Tenten. "Well, because of that I have been placed on a thing called the Clan Restoration Act, which basically means I have to take multiple wives to restore my clan," said Naruto, looking at Tenten, trying to gauge her reaction. She had a blank look on her face. "How many?" asked Tenten. "Huh?" questioned Naruto. "How many wives do you have to take?" asked Tenten. "Well, normally it's 3, but the Hokage said 6, so I'm guessing that my father, who I still know nothing of, was also the last of his clan, making me the last of his clan too," said Naruto. "So 6?" questioned Tenten, getting a nod from Naruto. "Okay," said Tenten. "That's it?" asked Naruto. "No yelling at me, telling me not going to happen, nothing, just okay?" questioned Naruto. "Yeah, why you plan on doing something stupid?" asked Tenten. "No, I just expected you to be a little more aggravated by this," said Naruto. "No, I can understand why you have to, and I've known you long enough to know that you will treat all of us equally when you find more women to make it us," said Tenten. "Oh well, good," said Naruto. "You said a couple of things. I take it there's more Naruto-kun?" questioned Tenten. "Yeah, there's one more thing, but this one would be easier to show you," said Naruto, lifting up his shirt, making Tenten blush. "Your perfect chest?" questioned Tenten, getting a sad head shake from Naruto. "No, this," said Naruto, channeling chakra to his stomach, revealing a seal. "A seal?" questioned Tenten. "Place your hand on it and channel chakra to your hand," said Naruto. Tenten did as instructed. Once she did, both she and Naruto fell down, Tenten falling on top of Naruto. The two awoke in the middle of a lush forest. "Where are we Naruto-kun?" asked Tenten, looking around. "This is my mind," said Naruto. "Follow me," said Naruto, jumping off into the forest, Tenten following closely behind. Tenten was confused and scared when she heard several loud crashes. Naruto grabbed Tenten's hand and gave it a reassuring squeeze, as the duo kept leaping through the trees, eventually coming to a huge clearing in which one woman and 3 great beasts stood. Naruto and Tenten dropped to the ground. "Oh, so the kid's back, and he brought a friend," said the giant fox with 9 tails. "Oh, can I torment this one a bit?" questioned the huge one-tailed Tanuki. "You try Shikaku, and I'll lock you up so tight that you won't be able to breathe," said Naruto. "Calm down Naruto, are you going to introduce us or what?" asked the large 4-tailed ape. "Tenten, right?" asked the red-headed woman, walking closer to Naruto and Tenten. "How do you know my name?" questioned the weapons mistress. "I think I would know the name of those worthy to wield me," spoke Kushina. "Ten-chan, this is my mother Kushina Uzumaki, or, as you know her, Shadow Star," said Naruto, introducing Kushina and Tenten. "So the soul in Shadow Star is your mother's?" asked Tenten, getting a nod from Naruto before she turned to Kushina, looking at her closely before it dawned on her. "Wait, Kushina Uzumaki, as in Kano has Red Death Kushina Uzumaki?" questioned Tenten. "One and only," said Kushina, smirking. "Wow, you're a legend, the only person to take on all 7 of the 7 swordsmen of the mist at the same time, and still survive," said Tenten, looking at Kushina in awe. "Well, good to know some people know who I am," said Kushina. "Hey, it's not my fault that the village hates me so much I can't even get a fucking book from the library," said Naruto. Alright, said Kushina. "Hello, crazy Tanuki, waiting to be introduced here," said Shikaku. Right, sorry, said Naruto. Ten-chan, you need to meet the other 3 of my tenants, so you know what you're getting into, said Naruto, getting a nod from Tenten. Tenten, meet Shikaku the Chibi, said Naruto, pointing to Shikaku, who gave the duo a crazy-ass grin. Son Goku the Yambi, said Naruto, pointing to the grade 8 who bowed ever so slightly to the duo. And Kurama the Kyuubi, said Naruto, pointing to Kurama. The Kyuubi questioned Tenten. Yes, but please allow us to explain what really happened the night of the Kyuubi attack, said Naruto, getting a reluctant nod from Tenten. And with that, Kyuubi, Shikaku, Goku, and Kushina told Tenten what really happened. So you didn't want to attack Kurama when you were forced out of Kushina-sama by an Uchiha? Questioned Tenten, making sure she had a grasp on it. Yes, that's right, said Kurama. Tenten, please just Kushina no Sama, said Kushina. Okay, Kushina, said Tenten. So now you know the truth about me, Ten-chan, do you still want to be with me? Questioned Naruto, looking scared. Tenten took Naruto into a hug. You're still the same person, nothing could change that, whispered Tenten. Thank you, said Naruto, wrapping his arms around Tenten before kissing Tenten on the nose. It's okay, Naruto, said Tenten. The two stayed in their embrace for a few moments. Is this all you needed to tell me, Narukon? Asked Tenten. Yes, said Naruto before turning to his tenants. Well, see you lot, said Naruto, as he and Tenten disappeared from his mindscape before any response. Naruto and Tenten both woke up lying on the ground, or in Tenten's case half on the ground half, and Naruto's chest. Tenten sat up blushing. Tenten, are you busy tomorrow night? Asked Naruto. No way, you have something in mind? Asked Tenten. Keep your schedule clear, I'm taking you out on a date, said Naruto with a smile. What time? Asked Tenten. I'll pick you up at 6, said Naruto. I'll hold you to that, Narukon, said Tenten, leaning in and kissing Naruto on the cheek before turning and jogging to the steps down from the monument, where she waved to Naruto before disappearing. Once Tenten was out of sight, a voice spoke. Naruto, said Kushina inside Naruto's mind. Yeah, mum? Questioned Naruto. I think it's time I told you about your father, said Kushina. Meanwhile, in the Hokage's office. Enough, these D-ranks are doing nothing to help me get stronger. I demand something better, yelled Sasuke. Know your place, Genin, yelled the Hokage. You're in no position to demand things, yelled the Hokage. With all due respect, Hokage-sama, I believe my team is ready for a C-rank mission, said Kakashi. Very well, Kakashi, your team can have a C-rank, but you need to teach them some manners, said the Hokage with a stern glare. Naruto stood opposite Yugao with his sword that Tenten had made for him, which he had dubbed Lilac Fire. And the sword he was given by Yugao, which it turned out was his mother's sword called Crimson Moon, in his hands, while Yugao had one sword in her hand. The two looked at each other as a breeze blew across the training field they were currently in. As a leaf blew past the two, they bolted at each other, and distinctive clangs were heard. As the two crossed blades, however, both stopped and looked off to the side. As they felt a chakra signature arrive, the two turned to see a tiger masked Anbu there. Hokage-sama requests you now, said Tiger, disappearing in a swirl of leaves. Thank you, Tiger-sen, said Yugao, as she then turned to Naruto. Well, best not keep him waiting, said Yugao. Reisu, said Naruto, taking off his speed towards the Hokage Tower. The two ran across the buildings of Konoha, making it to the Hokage Tower in record time. The two ascended the stairs and walked into the Hokage's office to see him looking back at them with a very serious look on his face. Both immediately realized they were called for something important. Yugao, Naruto, good, I have just received a message from Kakashi, who was sent with his Genin team early yesterday morning, on a C-rank mission which is now being upgraded to at least a B rank, and it may yet be upgraded again. He is requesting backup. And you two are the two I'm choosing to send. Here's a copy of the mission scroll, said Hiruzen, handing Yugao's scroll. Right, Naruto, pack for a month, meet at the gates in 10 minutes, said Yugao, getting a nod from her student. Then both disappeared in swirls of leaves. 10 minutes later, Naruto stood at the gate waiting for his sensei. He was still a little annoyed that he had to go. He had already told Tenten that he would have to cancel their date. Yugao approached Naruto. Alright, you got what you need? Asked Yugao. Yeah, let's go, said Naruto. The two ninja then ran out of the village, heading towards the land of waves. The duo runs for hours, just running and running, trying to catch up to Kakashi's team. After several hours, the duo reaches a large river. They stop, and Yugao takes out a map. Yep, we're just outside the land of waves, it's just beyond the river, said Yugao. Alright, let's go then, said Naruto, taking off again, applying chakra to his feet before running across the river, Yugao following close behind. You feel that? Asked Naruto, looking back at his sensei. He has 6 chakra signatures, 2 Genin, 1 borderline Genin civilian, and 1 civilian, said Yugao. Sound like what we should be following? Asked Naruto. Yep, come on, said Yugao, darting off towards the signatures. Naruto just behind her. Once they got close, they could see the two on River 1 inside a water dome. He had gravity-defying silver hair, and wore the standard leaf attire with the addition of a mask that covers the lower part of his face. The second stood next to the first with his arm in an orb of water holding the first. The second one wore blue camo pants. He had a giant blade strapped to his back, and bandages covering the lower part of his face. The three genin were standing on the shoreline guarding the civilians. The genin were Sasuke, Sakura, and Sai, and in between the two groups was a second sword-wielding. Before Yugao could stop him, Naruto had leapt to the branch the two were observing from. Meanwhile, Sasuke was just about to pull out a kunai and rush at the water clone when Santoyo Onigiri called a voice, and in a blur another person appeared from the tree line behind Zabuza's water clone, which quickly dissipated. Well, looks like we have some new faces, said Zabuza, as the new swordsman stood up revealing the gourd on his back, and 3 swords, one in each hand, and the last in his mouth. But what then Genin immediately recognized was the hair. Spiky blonde hair with blood-red tips to some spikes, purple tips to others, and then some black streaks. Before any of the Konoha shinobi could say anything, Zabuza spoke up. What an interesting style are you, an Uzumaki kid? Asked Zabuza looking at Naruto. Yes, Naruto Uzumaki at your service, Zabuza Mamachi, demon of the hidden mist, said Naruto surprisingly clearly for a man with the hilt of a katana in his mouth. Well, I might just have to test your skills personally, said Zabuza smirking, as he made another water clone that he substituted with. Naruto leapt off the bank off the river flying towards Zabuza. Zabuza brought his giant blade down on Naruto, only for a layer of sand to stop the downward swing from Zabuza's blade. What the? Questioned Zabuza, as he tried to push his blade down with no success. Let's see if you remember this, said Naruto, as he swung Crimson Moon up, knocking Zabuza's humongous sword away from Naruto's sand. That's, said Zabuza jumping back. Kid, where did you get that sword? Growled Zabuza. It was given to me by my sensei who retrieved it from my mother's dead body, to keep it safe, said Naruto, as he spun around slashing at Zabuza, inflicting a few small cuts on Zabuza's chest. Zabuza jumped back, and looked at Naruto, who charged at him again at very fast speeds. Santori Shadow Slash, called Naruto, as he created 3 hand sign-less shadow clones who each had the 3 swords Naruto had, and the 4 Narutos charged at Zabuza. Zabuza swung his giant blade in a horizontal slash, hitting all the Narutos, and they all burst into smoke, and then unexpectedly one burst into water. Here you lot have your useless sensei back, said Naruto. He now had his hand in the orb of water holding Kakashi before pulling his hand out, then jumping back to Zabuza, slashing at him. Zabuza blocked Naruto's ferocious attacks with his giant blade. Naruto jumped back from Zabuza, who brought his blade, and ran at Naruto, attacking him first with a horizontal slash, only for it to be blocked by sand. Zabuza then brought his blade back, and attacked with a downward slash, again blocked by the sand. Zabuza then slashed and hacked at Naruto, all the blows being blocked by the sand. Zabuza then went for another downward slash. Naruto, instead of letting his sand take the blow, crossed his blades above his head. And Zabuza's huge sword was stopped by Naruto. Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity? Questioned Naruto, jumping back a bit from Zabuza. Zabuza was perplexed by the question. Zabuza raised a non-existent eyebrow. Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. That is crazy, said Naruto, laughing a bit at the end. Zabuza again raised a non-existent eyebrow, then blinked. Zabuza then sheathed his giant sword and began doing hand signs. If it won't work, then let's test ninjutsu, said Zabuza, completing his hand signs. Water style water dragon jutsu, called Zabuza, as a dragon formed from the water behind him, and flew at Naruto, who leapt to the left to avoid the attack. Zabuza smirked when he saw blood on Naruto's leg. Handy thanks, said Naruto, as he wiped up some of the blood on his fingers, then ran his fingers down the falcon tattoo on his right upper arm. Summoning jutsu, called Naruto. Zabuza was leaping back, expecting something huge, only to see a small falcon on Naruto's right shoulder. That's it? Questioned Zabuza, laughing. Looks can be deceiving, said Naruto, as he did some more hand signs. Summoners are partial fusion, called Naruto, as he and the falcon were covered in smoke, only for something to shoot out the top of the smoke. Zabuza looked up, and his smirk dropped, as he saw Naruto with a pair of falcon wings attached to his back, flapping, keeping Naruto in the air. Water style water shark bomb jutsu, called Zabuza after going through hand signs. A shark formed from the water, and shot towards Naruto. Lava style lava globs, called Naruto, spitting several balls of molten rock at Zabuza, one hitting Zabuza's shark, making it vaporize, turning it to steam. Zabuza jumped to the side, avoiding the globs of lava which hit the lake, instantly cooling, creating steam. Hiding in the mist jutsu, called Zabuza, as he disappeared into the mist. Naruto dropped back to the lake surface, creating 3 clones. As he did, the 3 clones ran into the mist. What the fuck? Came the voice of Zabuza, as he came back into view again, only now he had 4 chains wrapped around him, one around each limb. Naruto walked towards Zabuza drawing lilac fire, and was about to stab Zabuza, when out of nowhere 2 needles hit Zabuza's neck, making the man fall limp. Show yourself, called Naruto. Naruto looked around, but stopped when he spotted a boy no older than him wearing a mask standing in a tree. I thank you for your assistance. I have been tracking him for weeks. Zabuza is a slippery one, said the boy, jumping down from the tree, and walking over to Zabuza's down body. The boy placed Zabuza over one shoulder, and disappeared in a swirl of leaves. Naruto walked back to the shore to see a shocked look on Sakura's face, as well as on the face of the civilian. Both Sasuke and Kakashi were seething. Sai was Sai. And Yuga looked proud. Nicely done, Naruto, said Yuga. Naruto, give me all of your techniques, your weapons, and all of your power. An One orphan like you deserves no such power, said Sasuke. And what makes you deserve it? Questioned Naruto. I am an Uchiha, an elite, said Sasuke, puffing out his chest. You an elite? Ha 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 ha, you're so funny, said Naruto, laughing. Hey, stop laughing, if Sasuke-kun, ordered Sakura. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at the fact that either Sasuke has forgotten or was simply never taught that he is a mud-braid of Uchiha. The only elite Uchiha around here is me, said Naruto. No, you're not an Uchiha, said Sasuke. I'm more Uchiha than you, said Naruto. You lie, yelled Sasuke. And up here let me give you a history lesson. In the Warring States period, both the Senju and Uchiha clans dwindled down to one family, just one family, a mother, a father, and two sons on each side. On the Senju side, Hashirama and Tobirama Senju were the sons, while on the Uchiha side there was Izuna and Madara Uchiha. Now both clans didn't wish to die out, so both the Uchiha and Senju gathered a small village worth of random people and performed what is called a blood ritual. Which one performed morph the DNA of the chosen people, changing them into Senju and Uchiha. However, these converted people's DNA was still at least half their own. This is where the pure and impure mud breeds come in. You see, in the impure Uchiha their Sharingan was weaker than that of the pure Uchiha. It could upgrade their Sharingan to Mangekyo, and then eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, with either large emotional trauma or a life or death situation. Unlike the impure Uchiha, who had to kill a loved one to unlock Mangekyo, and then switch eyes with another impure Mangekyo wielder to gain the eternal Mangekyo. Once the Leaf Village was created, and Madara was banished, most of the knowledge of the mud and pure breeds was forgotten. However, there was still one pure Uchiha in the world, and it didn't matter if you were to impregnate a random woman, the child would still be a pure Uchiha. And then if that child were to become impregnated, the resulting child would still be considered pure Uchiha, and that's how we get to meet grandson of Madara Uchiha, and the last pure Uchiha in the world, said Naruto. Yeah, right, said Sasuke. Yuga face palmed at the boy's stupidity, but then had to jump at Naruto and knock him down as his eyes turned to Sharingan. But then they kept spinning, revealing Naruto's eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, which looked like a black opening rotating camera lens with red on the inside, with a black line 6-point star with a pupil in the center. If you can't picture it, use your imagination, as this is the only time it will be described. Yuga dived over everyone and covered Naruto's eyes. Naruto, he's not worth it, said Yuga, placing a hand on Naruto's shoulder. Naruto took a deep breath and nodded to Yuga, who uncovered his eyes, which were back to normal. Come on, let's go, we don't need anyone else attacking us, said Yuga, turning to the bridge builder. Right, follow me, said Tazuna, leading the six-leaf ninja away from the clearing. Naruto walked in front with Yuga. As they were walking through the forest, Kakashi walked up to Naruto. So Naruto, that was a good fight, was abused. Nicely done, said Kakashi in a happy tone. Fuck off, had expat Naruto. Whoa, what's with all the hostility? Asked Kakashi. You know damn well, dog sense, said Naruto. Kakashi and Yuga looked shocked. Naruto just continued walking. Kakashi jogged to catch up to Naruto and went to grab him by the shoulder, only for his hand to be blocked by Naruto's sand. And in one smooth motion Naruto spun around, punched Kakashi in the gut, then slapped him on the forehead, making a sealing ray appear there. The instant it did, Kakashi's head dropped to the ground. Don't touch me, Haddock, said Naruto as he walked off. What did you do to him? Asked Yuga, who ran to catch up with Naruto. Weight seal on the forehead, it's the least he deserves, said Naruto. So what did he do? Asked Yuga. You're actually asking? Questioned Naruto. Well, yes, said Yuga. Think back to the days you were an Anbu assigned to watch over me, said Naruto, getting a nod from the woman. Now what was your job? Asked Naruto. To keep you from harm at the villagers' hands, said Yuga. But now what happened when you weren't watching me? Asked Naruto. Yuga's eyes narrowed. How do you know it was him? Asked Yuga. How many people in the Leaf Village have that colored hair and that style? Asked Naruto. Damn you, Kakashi growled at Yuga. The two continued walking towards the Wave Village. As they came out of the forest, they saw a town that literally looked like a junk heap. They saw very few people in the streets, decided that both having memorized Azuna's chakra signature, they would explore the town. They walked around for a bit. As they walked towards the town center, something caught Naruto's attention. Naruto turned and saw a girl with sandy blonde hair, which was gathered into 4 ponytails. She wore a single light purple-colored off-the-shoulders garment that extended to halfway down her thighs, with a scarlet sash tied around her waist. In addition to incorporating fishnet worn over her shoulders and legs, specifically on her right calf and her left thigh, she also wore her black forehead protector around her neck. The girl had her back to them. Temari-chan, yelled Naruto. That voice, Naruto-kun? Questioned the girl, turning to face Naruto, revealing her teal-colored eyes. Temari-chan, it is you, said Naruto, as he jogged up to the girl and hugged her. Naruto-kun, it's great to see you, said Temari, returning the hug. Called Yuga from behind Naruto. Right, introductions, Temari. This is my sensei Yuga, said Naruto, pointing to Yuga. Yuga sensei, this is my friend Temari, said Naruto. Naruto, standing with Temari, and Yuga looking at the almost complete bridge. It had been 5 days since they got to the wave. Temari had revealed that she and her team were on their way to Konoha when she was separated from them in a sandstorm. Naruto and Yugao had both agreed that Temari could come back with them. Yugao and Naruto had been assigned to watch the bridge's construction, and Temari refused to stay with Kakashi's team or stay at Tazuna's house, so for the duration of the wave mission, she was a part of Team 11. It was now mid-afternoon. Tazuna had just called it a day. Alright, me, Yugao-sensei, and Temari-chan are going to check something out, so I'm going to have my clones escort you home, okay? Asked Naruto. Sure kid, just be back before dark, said Tazuna, getting a nod from the trio. Naruto then created 20 clones that started to escort Tazuna home, while Naruto led Yugao and Temari to the northeast of the island. So where is this calling coming from, Naruto? Asked Yugao. Ever since entering Wave Country, Naruto has felt as if something is calling to him. This way, said Naruto, pointing out over the ocean. Naruto and Kushina. What is it? Asked Naruto. I think I know what's calling to you, said Kushina. Yeah, it's about the right location, said Goku. What is it? Asked Naruto. Our homeland, Uzoshiagaku, said Kushina. Use my sand to make platforms for you, your teacher, and your girlfriend, it'll be easier, said Shikaku. Okay, and she's not my girlfriend, at least not yet, though. Naruto, the gourd of sand on his back, dissolved, creating a large cloud of sand which then split into 3 smaller ones. Well, come on, you two, hop on one, said Naruto, jumping on one of the sand clouds. Yugao jumped onto another one, while Temari climbed onto the last. So Naruto, what did they have to say? Asked Yugao. Huh? Questioned Naruto. Your tenants. You stopped responding from a moment that usually indicates you're talking with them, said Yugao. Narukon, what does she mean, tenants? Asked Temari. Naruto sighed. He knew this was coming, he would have to tell her eventually. Temari, I am what people call a Jinchuriki, said Naruto. Temari's hair shadowed her eyes. Which one? Asked Temari. Ichibi, Yonbi, and Kyubi, said Naruto. 3. Screamed Temari. Not only that, said Naruto, drawing Shadow Star. You see this sword? Questioned Naruto. Yeah, what about it? Asked Temari. It is sealed within it the soul of my mother, said Naruto. Temari looked at Naruto, shocked. Yeah, after I took an interest in sealing, I found that there was a piece of my mother's soul in the seal holding back the tailed beast, so I extracted it and sealed it in the sword. Now I have my mother in my mind, as well as 3 great and powerful beasts, said Naruto. Why didn't you tell me? Asked Temari, heard obvious in her tone. I didn't want to lose one of my first friends, said Naruto, looking away from Temari. Naruto then heard someone jumping of the sand, and sighed, thinking Temari had left, only then to be pulled into a hug. That doesn't change anything about Naruto. I'm still your friend, whispered Temari, who was now hugging the blonde Jinchuriki. Naruto wrapped his arms around Temari, and smiled. Thanks, Temari-chan, said Naruto. Temari kissed Naruto's forehead. It's okay, said Temari. So you didn't answer me, Naruto, said Yugao after a moment. Right, well, Ka-chan thinks it might be Uzoshiagaku. And Goku agrees, said Naruto. Right, so we're looking for an island surrounded by whirlpools, said Yugao. Yeah, said Naruto. The 3 floated by dust cloud for about an hour, until an island came into view. Not much could be seen of the island, as around the outside there were huge mountains. And around the island itself there were lots of whirlpools. The sand clouds that the trio was standing on headed to the only part of the outer edge of the island that wasn't mountain, and dropped the trio down before the sand retreated into the gourd. Well, this is the place, said Naruto, taking a step forwards. The 3 then headed through the forest towards the actual village. The trio walked for about 5 minutes through the forest. Once out of the forest they were met with a huge majestic steel gate with an Uzumaki crest in the center. Naruto walked up to the gate and pushed on it. But unlike he had suspected, the gate didn't swing open. Instead it simply fell off its hinges and fell to the ground, and the trio were greeted by the ruins of Yuzu. Naruto took a step forwards before something instantly caught his attention. It was a headband. The metal was sparkling in the sun. Naruto walked up to it and saw it was a Yuzu headband still tied proudly to the skull of a dead man. Naruto walked up to it and knelt down. You may rest now, brother, you fought well, said Naruto. A tear dropped from Naruto's eye. Naruto stood back up. Shadow clone, said Naruto, creating several thousand shadow clones. Collect all the remains of Uzumaki, and take them to the tower. Leave the headbands. Take any weapons you find, said Naruto, turning around, his hair shadowing his eyes. The clones took off to do their assigned tasks. Naruto continued to look at the floor. Temari walked up to him. And in the blink of an eye she was hugging him. Naruto burst out crying, and clung to Temari. Temari just whispered words of comfort to the crying blonde. After a few moments Naruto's crying died down to choked sobs, then stopped entirely. Thanks, Temari-chan, whimpered Naruto. It's okay, Naruto-kun, said Temari. Naruto stood up and rubbed his eyes before walking around the village, followed by Temari and Yugao. The trio walked around the village. They found 3 streams which all led to the center of the village, where there was a tower which was visible from all points of the village. Once they had explored the village, they all headed towards the tower in the center, as Naruto had just received memories from his clones that had dispelled after having collected all of the Uzumaki bodies. They got to the tower to see it was over a raging whirlpool. Once they walked inside, they found about 5 rows of 100 skeletons. Naruto looked over his fallen brethren and smirked. "Uzumakis are so awesome," said Naruto. Both other living occupants of the room smiled at Naruto, both knowing what he meant. Naruto looked over to a table and saw lots of weapons on the table, ranging from bows and arrows to blowguns and blow darts. From katanas to kunai, basically any weapon you could think of, they were there. Naruto sealed all the weapons into a ceiling scroll before walking over to a set of stairs going down. Once they walked down, they found a vault that was sealed shut. "Wow, just wow," said Yugao, looking at the huge ceiling array on the door. "Yes," said Naruto, as he studied the array for a few moments. "Ha, that's funny," said Naruto. "What?" asked Temari. "Well, only this section here," said Naruto, pointing to a small 30-centimeter circle in the center of the door. "Is the only bit that actually does anything, the rest is just to confuse anyone." But in Uzumaki, said Naruto, pulled out a kunai which slightly confused Yugao and Temari, until Naruto took the kunai to his hand and sliced his palm. Naruto then placed his bloody palm on the door and pulsed chakra through the door. "Please, please, please," repeated Naruto until he heard a distinctive click sound, and the doors swung open. "Alright, you two, this part I have to do on my own," said Naruto, as he stepped into the dark. "Be careful, Naruto-kan," called Temari with severe concern in her voice. Once Yugao could no longer sense Naruto within the near vicinity, she turned to Temari. "You love him, don't you?" questioned Yugao. "I," stuttered Temari. With Naruto. Naruto was walking in the dark. He could only see due to his heightened senses thanks to his tenants. As he turned a corner, he found that the next area was completely lit up. As Naruto walked into the room, he saw hundreds of scrolls lining shelves, all categorized. The ones there were most of were Fuinjutsu with about 40% of the scrolls, followed by Kinjutsu with 30 roughly percent, then Ninjutsu with approximately 20% of the scrolls, followed by Taijutsu with around 7%. Leaving the 3 remaining percent for Jinjutsu scrolls. As Naruto walked along the ninjutsu section, he found it was divided further: 25% water, 15% wind, 10% lightning, earth and fire, 9% for lava, ice and wood. Leaving 3% non-elemental. The 2 scrolls that caught Naruto's attention were 2 in 2 separate glass cases that were lit up. Naruto walked over to the cases and put his hand on one. And his mind flashed with images of battlefield with red heads fighting many battles with large jaguars, all sorts of colors and patterns. Then the images flashed to jaguars with skulls, people riding jaguars, and all sorts of other things, until Naruto was assaulted by an image of a black jaguar's face. Once Naruto came back to reality, he opened the case and pulled out the scroll. Before attempting to open the other case, Naruto created a shadow clone. "Here's a sealing scroll, seal everything here into it," said Naruto. His clone nodded before walking off. Naruto first strapped the scroll he pulled out of the case to his back before then placing his hand on the second glass case. Again Naruto's mind was assaulted by images, this time of wolves, basically the same ones as the jaguar ones, except with wolves instead. Once he regained his senses, he found his shadow clone about half done. "Once you're done, come up and give me the scroll," said Naruto. The clone nodded. Naruto walked back to his sensei and his friend with the 2 large scrolls on his back. "Oh, Naruto-kan, you're back," said Temari. "What's with the scrolls?" asked Yugao. "I'm fairly sure they're summoning contracts," said Naruto. "Haven't you already got 2 summoning contracts?" asked Yugao. "Yeah, but these are my clan contracts. Even if I had to give up my others, I would," said Naruto. "You have more than one?" screamed Temari. "Yep, these represent them," said Naruto, pointed to his upper right arm. "So what, falcon and snakes?" questioned Temari. Naruto nodded. "Oi, boss, catch," said the Naruto clone, chucking Naruto the scroll. Naruto caught the scroll without even turning his head. "What's in that?" asked Yugao. "The Uzumaki clan library," said Naruto, walking up and down the staircase, followed Temari and Yugao. Yugao was almost feeling like a third wheel here, but she had come along to make sure Naruto and Temari didn't get into trouble. The trio made it back to the ground floor of the tower. The 3 of them then went up the set of stairs on the other side of the room and followed them up to the top of the tower. Almost at the top, the trio stopped when they saw a door. Naruto opened the door and the 3 walked in. It was an office of sorts. There was a desk with 1 chair behind it and 2 in front of it. Naruto walked over to the desk and found a black journal on it. He started to read it while Temari and Yugao looked around the office. Temari and Naruto looked at Yugao when they heard her gasp. The 2 looked at what she was looking at and saw a row of 4 pictures on the wall. The first was a woman with her red hair tied up into 2 buns. She had pupilless back, and she had a purple diamond on her forehead. The next one along was a man with short spiky red hair, golden eyes, and 3 claw marks across his face. The third was another man. He had emerald green eyes with a claw mark over his right eye. His red hair was styled into a mohawk. The last was a woman. She looked almost identical to Kushina, the only exception being the different colored eyes, the woman in the picture having a blue right eye and green left. "Kachan, do you know that woman?" Questioned Naruto mentally. It's my mother. Those four are the past clan heads. I'd be up there if I hadn't been taken to Konoha to become the second Jinchuriki of Kurama, said Kushina. That almost looks like Kushina-sensei, said Yugao. That's because she's her mother, said Naruto. Sensei, would you be so kind as to take those pictures down for me? Questioned Naruto. I wouldn't be able to reach them, said Naruto. Yugao smiled, and pulled the 4 pictures off the wall, and put them on the desk. Naruto took out a scroll, then pulled all the books out of the bookshelves, putting all the books, minus the black journal. Along with the 4 pictures on the scroll, he sealed them all in it. Naruto then grabbed the black journal, and the 3 continued looking. Thanks for watching my video. Leave a like if you enjoyed my video, and also do consider subscribing to my channel for more awesome content. See you next time. Till then, sayonara.